Alexandra Kent with the National Weather Service in Grand Forks. And I am here with meteorologist Nathan Rick, and he is going to talk about our ongoing winter storms. So, Nathan?
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome again to another iteration of the seemingly unending winter storm we've got on our hands. But I'll go ahead and get into it right away here. So we've got a winter storm warning that we're hoisting that's going to be running through 6 a.m. Friday. And so that covers all of the forecast area. And in lieu of that, we also have a winter weather advisory through, I believe, the early morning hours Thursday to cover the lingering impacts we're seeing right now. So right now we're seeing some difficult travel conditions just from that accumulating snow, periods of light to moderate snow, and some reduced visibilities as well. We're expecting that to ramp up again to even more difficult travel conditions Thursday and Friday. After a brief lull tonight, we're expecting that accumulating snow Thursday into Friday, and accompanying that, we're expecting some gusty winds as well that are going to create some blowing snow impacts, especially from the Red River Valley westward. So again, we have that area of kind of advisory level impacts today that we are currently handling, and that is covered by the winter weather advisory we have going through the early morning hours until the winter storm warning goes into effect in the early morning hours of Thursday, and that goes through Friday in the morning, and that is again for additional snowfall accumulations and expected blowing snow. So looking forward, we've got snowfall. So here's kind of what we're expecting snowfall-wise across the region for Thursday into Friday. So we've got an area of moderate to heavy snowfall that's going to overspread the region from east to west throughout the day on Thursday. And that is going to introduce another area of some impressive snowfall accumulations. We're generally looking somewhere in that 4 to 8 inches expected, with some pockets of heavier snow certainly possible where we get some extra forcing in place. And this light to moderate snow is still expected to linger into Friday as well. So you could see even more additional accumulations past this period that the snowfall graphic is showing as well. But all of this considered, we're expecting some difficult travel conditions from the accumulating snow as well as blowing snow again. And looking ahead, we have on our next slide, we've got our wind gusts here, and this is our maximum wind gusts through Thursday morning through Friday morning. And so we're expecting these gusty northerly winds to increase throughout the day on Thursday and continue into the day on Friday. And that, accompanied with the moderate heavy snowfall, is going to lead to some blowing snow impacts. So we're looking at generally sustained winds in the 20 to 25 mile an hour range, with some gusts up to 35 to 40 miles an hour possible. Now, those higher gusts are expected across the valley, kind of westward into the Devil's Lake Basin and portions of southeastern, east central North Dakota. And that is kind of where we're expecting the most of the impacts, or the worst of the impacts, I suppose. So we could see some near blizzard conditions possible across open country within that shaded region. And that's just kind of the area where we're expecting the higher gustier winds across the area. So kind of just west of the valley there. Well, we certainly could see some impacts into the valley as well. And now looking at the hazards matrix we have here. So again, we have some light moderate snow, maybe some mixed precip across west central Minnesota mixing in today, this afternoon. And we're expecting a little bit of a period of that light to moderate snow across southeastern North Dakota that could linger impacts through the evening and potentially into the overnight hours before this next area of snowfall moves in on Thursday. And so with that snowfall on Thursday, we're expecting it to overspread the region, beginning with our kind of eastern counties, so more so northwestern, west central Minnesota, initially in the overnight and early morning hours on Thursday. And that will slowly spread eastward throughout the kind of mid-morning, late morning into the afternoon hours on Thursday. So there's going to be a period of moderate to heavy snow that we're expecting with this, and we're also seeing or expecting elevated impacts as well in particular from the blowing snow. And that's again kind of from the Red River Valley westward where we're expecting the highest impacts from that blowing snow. And so while we certainly could see and are expecting to see a period of that moderate to heavy snow, a lot of these significant impacts are being driven by the potential for the blowing snow that we're expecting as well. And so with that, we're going to show a quick radar, estimated simulated radar here in just a second. So under the winter, yeah, the top one. So this is kind of a little look at what we're expecting for how this system is going to evolve over the next kind of 24 to 48 hours. So right here we have, this is this evening, and this is that light to moderate snow in southeastern North Dakota that I was alluding to earlier, where there's going to be a period of some heavier snowfall rates that we can see before the system really starts to kick in later in the day on Thursday. So this is about midnight. We can see some of the light moderate snow still lingering in southeastern North Dakota with, if you can see over by the Great Lakes across Wisconsin, eastern Minnesota, we can start to see those heavier snowfall rates depicted by those deeper blue colors. And that is expected to spread into northwestern Minnesota by the early morning hours. This is roughly 6, 7 in the morning, where we're starting to see those impacts really start to ramp up just from heavier snowfall rates across the region. And that is expected to continue pushing westward into the valley and west central North Dakota, or east central North Dakota as well. And so as you can see, those impacts do continue to linger from light to moderate snow across the remainder of the day Thursday and into early Friday. So that's kind of what we're looking at weather-wise right now. It's definitely going to be another impactful event where we can see moderate to heavy snowfall accumulations as well as blowing snow, creating more impacts as well. So with that, I'll go ahead and open it up to any